I don't know. This might be the best way for you to break down all of the different classes for Transformers. First up is the Deluxe class. Deluxe class is the bread and butter of the Transformers world. Usually these are made to scale, but they are not always, which is how sometimes you can get figures that are like this, that look like this. The Deluxe is the way to go if you're getting started. They usually run between 20 and 25 bucks. But size is not always the factor. Sometimes it's complexity, which is how you can get Deluxe figures that are also Deluxe figures, but are actually Voyager figures. These are usually a little bit bigger and a little bit more complicated. These are the ones that will be the next step up. And you can find these anywhere in the price range of $35 to $40. But that is not always the case. Sometimes you'll get a Voyager size figure with a few extra accessories, which will bump a Voyager up into a Leader class. Leader class are your big boys. Now there are sometimes a smaller figure, but most of the time they are big chunky boys, and they are the way to go if you're wanting to really show the dominance of the big boys in your collection. Your Leaders will run you anywhere from $50 to $60 unless you get them on the cheap. But size is not always an indication of the Leader class. You'll have a smaller Leader class that comes with a bunch of accessories, and that will bump you up to a Commander class. This is a bit of a weird one. Sometimes it's two Voyagers, sometimes it's one big old chunky boy. Now these guys are very, very cool. I cannot think of a single Commander class that hasn't been one of the best toys they've released of the year. Usually these are the ones that will be fantastic. Once again, size is not always the indicator of the price point. Sometimes it's the size, sometimes it's the accessories, sometimes it's the complexity. This one came with the trailer. However, there's going to be a version of this without the trailer that's just going to be a Leader class. So you can pick your poison. And your Commander boys will run you anywhere from $90 to $100. Last but not least is your Titan class. Now, Titan class is a bit of a weird mixed bag. They can run anywhere from giant figures all the way to a new initiative that they're making for a little bit smaller, but these guys are still very, very big. I haven't opened this one. They're going to range you anywhere from this one from $150 all the way up to $200 and beyond. These are the ones that only exist to be big and chunky. They're not going to actually be very complex to transform. The ones that I've seen are mainly the big ones. And that is going to be a quick and dirty rundown of the different size classes. Now, I didn't get into everything. I didn't get into defunct classes like the core class or the warrior class. I didn't get into masterpieces or all the novelty stuff. But if you're wanting to get started,